Assalamualaikum and hi. My name is Muhammad Ikram bin Nordin. My metric number is 199285, and today I will present about my prototype on conveyor machine. So I will focus on conveyor machine in fruit juice processing or in apple juice processing. So as we know, a conveyor is function to convey a fruit, which is apple fruit, from one process to another process. So it will help or it will assist the workers to make it easy. Okay? So for example, the apple will convey from a washing process, and after that it will move to a peeling process by using this conveyor. So to make the conveyor machine prototype, so the materials or the equipment that I use, it basically comes from recycled materials. So as we can see on my table, there are a lot of recycled material. For example, a piece of cardboard or box, okay, to make the body, to make the pulley, to make the gear of conveyor. And this lid or stick will be used to make a shaft. And this ice cream stick also will make a barrier or a bucket on the belting belt. This newspaper will be cut to make a conveyor belt. So, to see how I produce or I design the prototype of conveyor machine, so let's watch the video how I assemble the prototype. Final design or my final result of my conveyor machine prototype. So as you guys can see from the video, this machine prototype or conveyor machine is working and functioning well by manually. Okay, so for machine elements that involved in this prototype, there are 4 machine elements. First of all is pulley. So pulley is here, okay, a pulley. And second machine element is a shaft. Okay, this shaft that I use a lead to make it as a shaft. The third machine element is gear. Okay, so this is gear, 2 gear. And the last machine element that involved in this prototype is belting belt. So I use a newspaper to make belting bag.
Okay, next, I will elaborate more about machine elements that been involved in this conveyor prototype. There are 4 machine elements, which are pulley, shaft, conveyor belt, and as well as gear. So for pulley, it is a wheel on an axle or shaft that is designed to support movement and change of direction of a belt. A pulley is a wheel that carries a belt on its rim. So pulleys also are used singly or in a combination to transmit energy and motion. So we can conclude that the pulley is known as a mechanical device that used to change the direction of the belt in a conveyor system. And it also used to drive the belt and to tension the belt. We move on to the second mission element, which is shaft. So shaft is here. I mean this stick or this rod. Okay. So shaft is designed to transmit the rotation and torque between individual conveyor screw section. It also provide radial support at the hanger bearings and through ends. For conveyor belt, it is function to convey the fruits, which is for our production is apple juice. So we will convey the apple fruit from one process to another process with minimal effort. And it's also used to transport products in a straight line or through changes in elevation or direction. For gear, gear are used to transfer motion and torque between machine components in mechanical devices. Double enveloping warp gears, which is here, double enveloping warp gears, provide a greater torque because they contain specially shaped gear tip. This design allows for increased surface area contact between the warm gear and the output gear. So we can say that the gear will convert speed to torque and transmit this load to the conveyor belt via its output shaft. So how do I get the inspiration to develop the machine? Generally, there are several types of conveyor, such as incline conveyor, flat bed conveyor, curved bed conveyor, portable conveyor, and pleated bed conveyor. So for my process, I choose pleated bed conveyor. Okay, the inspiration or the ideas about the conveyor comes when I attend my internship in a rice mill processing. So during the internship, I saw the rice was conveyed, okay, by using a flattened or normal conveyor. Okay, but how about fruit juice processing? Is it that will use the same types of conveyor or a different type of conveyor? So after I do some research in the internet and then I found a pleated belt conveyor. Okay, this type of conveyor is suitable for the lifting and conveying of various fruit and vegetables in the food industry. So pleated belt conveyor provide many purpose in today's manufacturing environment. They are used to help move product up inclines as well as teach product to operators or to provide predictable spacing on a line. And it also can prevent from the fruit to fall back during conveyor process. So the importance of this machine or the importance or the advantage, like what I said just now, okay, they are used to help move product up the line, as well as teach product to operators or to provide predictable spacing on a line. It also function or benefits in reduced manpower required, shorter the time, and can increase the productivity.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi taala wabarakatuh. So first of all, let me introduce myself. My name is Muhammad Nur Hakim bin Zainal. My metric number is 195844. So today I will be presenting about the mini project for the EPF 4806 and also EPF 4807. So the machine that I choose is the hammer mill fruit crusher. So the hammer mill fruit crusher prototype, it is designed as a fruit grinder. It is applied in the beginning process of manufacturing juice, and this fruit hammer crusher has been designed to crush a wide variety of fruits and also vegetables. So the inspiration that I get for this prototype is from the hammer mill fruit crusher itself. So the operation is based on the effect generated by an axle spinning in which are assembled a hammer blade set. All of that is placed into a hopper. So the product is driven into the top part of the main hopper. Then the product is hit repeatedly by the spinning hammer blades, producing a first stage of braking. So the importance of this machine is it has attractive look, excellent performance, high efficiency, simple structure, simple operation, and easy cleaning. So the crush particles are even, fine, and offer a lot of choice. This equipment can considerably increase labor productivity, lower expenses, and provide significant economic benefits. The crushed fruit pulp will have a similar granularity, which can be regulated by the screen filter's net size. So next is about the machine element or compartment. So there is 8 type, which is I divide into 4 compartment and also 4 element. So let's go through it. So the first and second is the feed hopper and also the main frame. So the main frame, it is where the crushing process took place inside. It is designed in a rectangular design. So for the feed hopper, the fruit is fed through the feed hopper into the hammer mill. It is designed in the trapezium frustrum. So the material that will be used is stainless steel 304 because easy to clean, does not react with alkaline detergent during cleaning. It is also resistant to corrosion and can withstand high temperature without buckling. So the next compartment is hammer mill and outlet duct. So for the hammer mill, consists of 2 hammer mill. So the material is crushed by the repeated hammer impacts. Collisions are on the particles impact. So next is the outlet duct. The product is channeled out through this duct. It is fitted with sieve inside to get desired size of crushed particles. So the material that will be used is still the same, which is the stainless steel 304 because it is very good for the food grade. So next is the element. So the element that I will focus is the gear and bearing. So gear is 2 different size of spur gear we use. It is function to transfer the motion and power from one shaft to another in a mechanical setup. So the material of the gear is a mild steel. It has a high wear resistance and high tensile strength. And next is bearing. 2 ball bearing we use. It is support and aligning the shaft. It carries the shaft and absorb torque while making the process most frictionless. So the material that I use is chrome steel. It is resistant to corrode, high hardness based on Rockwell durability. So last is the shaft and also bolt. Shaft is made from cylindrical shape, holding the hammer mill. 2 ends of the shaft fitted with bearings to support the load and secure the shaft. So for the bolt, hold the outlet duct. 2 bolts were used to hold it. So the material that I will be used is stainless steel 304 because stainless steel 304 is food grade material. And also because this part also contact with food, so we have to consider to use this stainless steel. Lastly, I will show the assembly process of the hammer mill fruit crusher. So first, pertama sekali kita akan pasang ni shaft dengan rotary hammer ni. Pasang dekat bahagian sini, rotary hammer ni. Okay, next kita akan pasang bearing. Ya, bearing kita. So bearing ni kita akan pasang setiap satu shaft ni akan ada bearing dia lah. Pasang bearing je. Kita pasang bearing. Okay, bearing dah pasang and then kita pasang gear. Ni adalah gear kita. Kita rapatkan gear ni ke dalam. Gear dah dipasang. And then last sekali kita akan letak nut untuk mengunci ni pergerakan gear. So satu kita pasang dekat sini dan satu lagi kita akan pasang dekat sini. Okay. So kemudian kita akan gunakan skru untuk tutup outlet outlet mesin ni. Ini adalah skru ya. Ada skru. Skru ni boleh je removable, tapi saya malas nak cabut. So kita akan letakkan outlet tu ke dalam sini dan masukkan skru sini, skru ke dalam sini supaya dia menguncilah pergerakan outlet ni daripada terkeluar. Ni kita hanya tolak sahaja. So kita rapatkan. Sudah jadilah kawasan untuk outlet. So last kali apa yang kita perlu buat adalah letak hopper. So di sini adalah hopper. Okay, so mesin kita pun dah siap.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Muhammad Hafif, represent SK Match number 1997. Okay, for my part, I am doing prototype for mixing tank, which is one of the component that I've used in the concentration process. Okay, so what is the machine? So the machine is we can call it one of part of the concentrator tank, because in the concentration process there are four type of machine that have applied. We have heater, we have condenser, and we also have recycling tank. So the mixing tank will act as the tank to steer the solvent, which is the apple juice, so that the process to separate the water to become more concentrate can happen in the tank. So the function for the concentration process is to prevent microbe production and enzyme activity under this favorable condition, with high temperature. Okay, the next is how I get the inspiration to do this prototype. Before that, I want to show to Doctor the real prototype. So this is the prototype that I have made. As you can see, they are very so this is the tank where I have locked it with the boot, and inside the tank there are aggregator. Okay, so how I get this inspiration? Actually, I get it when I eat the sambal. Actually, this is a container for the sambal. So I was thinking how I want to make the mixing tank. And when I eat the sambal, I said, oh, actually, if the sambal is mixed well in the container, it will become more tasty. So I was thinking that, oh, why not I make this container to become the tank, so the tank on the mixing tank, by adding the aggregator in the container, and then I put the gear to become the gearbox to steer the aggregator, and then to imitate the tank, the real tank that can lift up. I can use the belly. I can use the timing belt to lift up or pushing down. So that is how I get the idea to make this prototype. Okay, next, why this machine is important? As I have said before, this machine is very useful as it is one of the components in the concentration process. So without this, the separation process of the removing of water content in the juice from the pulp of the apple cannot happen well. So this machine is very helpful in the concentration process. And also the important is why we need the cover, because it is the vacuum chamber. So in the real life, the vacuum tank, the vacuum mixing tank, there are a hose, there are a hose here connected to the opening of the mixer. So it will making look more real for me. Okay, so let me share to Doctor one of video about the all element that I have used. Okay, so let's continue with the last part, which is the element that I have used. Okay, so this that I have stated. The timing belt is made from the stick and also the cardboard. And then it is the part for the irrigator shaft that I use the straw, and also the can to make the blade for the pedal. It is shaft here. And then to move the irrigator, I apply the gear system to rotate the irrigator. And to lock the opening part and also the tank, I use the bolt. The bolt is made from cardboard and also stick. This one bolt. So this is how it moves. It will rotate slowly when we move the gear. And this is the movement of the timing belt and also the pulley. Put it up and down. So that's all from my presentation. I really love enjoying this project, and thank you very much.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Muhammad Farhan Aiman bin Jasni. My matrix number is 196805, and I will present about automated liquid filling machine. So for the inspiration and importance of the machine, the prototype got the inspiration from the semi-automatic filling machine. As you can see at the right side, the operation is based on the movement of the gear itself. The motor will move shaft inside the main body or the main frame that is connected to the gear outside the main body. The gear then will transfer its rotating motion to another gear that sits on top of the first gear. Then the second gear will be connected with the hopper to the gear under the hopper. This will cause the hopper to rotate along with the bottle on the conveyor while filling the apple juice in it. This automated machine will increase labor productivity since it is semi-automatic. The volume of apple juice filled in the bottle will be accurate since the pump are controlled by computer. This will result to low wastage of the juice bottle. So for the machine and its element is we have the juice tank, conveyor, our main frame, and filling arm. For the element, we have here shaft, bearing, nut and bolt, juice tank, and the main frame. Juice tank. For the juice tank, juice are collected inside the juice tank after previous process are finished. It is made from stainless steel 316 and it is shaped or designed as a hopper. Main frame where the motor resides. It is made from the stainless steel 316 and designed in rectangular shape. Conveyor is used to move the bottle from the entrance to the exit of the filling machine. And finally, the filling arm. The which is the arm will lock the bottle at the bottle outlet and hold it while filling the apple juice inside. Now we move to the machine element. We have gear. We have two different size of gear, and the gear will use to transfer the motion from one shaft to another. Shaft. Shaft is used to support the movement of the filling up. It is equipped with bearing at both ends to move. We have bearing to support and aligning the shaft and carry the shaft and absorb the torque while making the process almost frictionless. This bearing can be found at the gear. And finally, we have bolt, which is to hold the filling pipe in its position. For the assembly of the semi-automatic machine, I will show you the video. This is my machine prototype. This hopper for the juice machine. Conveyor for the bottle. And our mainframe. And this gear and bearing. So we have shaft located at the arm, and we have screw that connected to the arm. First, the motor will transfer the movement through shaft to the first gear, and the gear will transfer its motion to the second gear. The second gear will transfer the rotating movement to the gear that sits under the hopper, and the hopper and the filling arm will rotate along with the filling bottle, with the juice bottle, until at the end of the conveyor.
My twin in the
Yeah, twin.
best friend.
That ain't the baby, that's
We
my
killing 'em.
baby.
Go.
No,
You know, I got a
no
couple type of twins, you know what I'm saying?